Bing, 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 bing. We're live. It's the local support kickoff meeting. We have myself and Nicola. And what's going on? I guess the key thing, we're just sort of, it's the new year. Nicola's just got back from Russia. He's dived in. He's like fixed a device thing, which we can certainly look at. I need to review that. Let me pop the screen share on.
Okay.
I think, what did I just do? So we had, what did we have? Stamatios came, was in one of the scrums earlier this week and like wanted to get started on a ticket. We actually did a quick review. I think this was on Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't know, with Brent and Stamatios, and we went and looked through all of the different pull requests. And actually, I found that I had missed out. Someone had updated one and I hadn't seen it. Anyway, so we've got a lot of things kind of sorted out there.
Okay.
Nick is still working on the social media feeds. There's a lot of background refactoring kind of
for Twitter,
done.
right?
Yeah, that's for the Twitter. But I think that basically seems to be in hand. We've got Lianzong is, I think, still struggling with installation issues, which is unfortunate. So and that we've got this sort of paired, his version with Dr. Pinky and my new version of it. Brent, has pretty much done this one, and we were just talking about a refactoring there. We haven't heard from Stella, and we'll have to see where that gets to if we see from her again. Stamatios is talking about doing some stuff on the events map feature. Let's bring up the pivotal tracker. I guess one of the big important things going forward is that I really need to check in with the client. I need to have a meeting with the client, check on the direction, this, that, and the other. But in the background, of course, the big thing is we're trying to get the software up to date, maybe get to Rails 5 and so on, which is a worthwhile undertaking in its own right. So I guess that the things for me are I must check in with the client. Is there other stuff that we're trying to get done? I mean, I'm really excited to get Brent. The thing that Brent is working on is the main client request.
Main thing, yeah.
Yeah. Also, Nick's thing I think will be exciting for them, and there's a long. But yeah, I guess I don't have. We've moved it. I think I've got to probably upgrade the or renew the HTTPS, but I guess it's all in hand. Yeah, so I guess I don't have any big items. For you, Nicola, I guess the big item is the devise upgrade. Is there anything else on your mind that we need to make sure we chat about in this meeting?
I don't really know how the maps resize, so if I can get an idea of that would be amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Cool. Well, let's start with. I guess you've. I mean, I merged a few Dependabot things. I guess you've been in and you've sorted all the other ones, have you?
Yeah.
So they're under control, which is great. And so, so now you were up against this problem with the devise that upgrading to even 4.0 was creating the problem that the current user wouldn't work. But you've managed to solve this, and how did you manage to solve it?
Hi there.
And Stamatios, hey Stamatios.
Well, the thing, I used a bundle open device, and I've been debugging. Hi, Brent.
Hello.
Brent,
hi.
And I did some debugging there.
Hi, Brent.
So what I found was that on previous versions, if you click in the link that I just pasted,
the one that you put in the chat there,
all the explanation, but basically before version 4.0, what they were doing, they were catching all the arguments and they were just limiting the arguments to 2.
Oh, okay.
And now what they are doing, they are just passing args.
Okay.
But the thing that I don't understand is what they are passing args while the method only receives 2 arguments. So that's quite weird. He gave me an explanation, but I don't quite understand. And Well, the thing was that I had to remove the unshift that we were using on our test, because that was what was passing the name of the class to the method, and that it was why it was failing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, but background.
I had to go deep.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. And so background, Brent, Tamarius, so good to see you. We just sort of kind of dived into this was our issues here. We've got lots of dependable stuff that's been upgraded. Nicola's just had a bit of a breakthrough on the devise thing, where there's kind of a complex bug. I certainly hear what you're saying there about Nicola about why is it structured in the way it is. It sounds like the devise problem then is actually specific to our tests, like the app itself runs with devise, but the way the tests were setting up the current user and so on were the problem. And so the critical changes here is it's like these changes are what have allowed the test to pass.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, fantastic. Now I'm just this is actually the BT engineer to try and help that. I'm just gonna have to go and alert my because I've had so many packages delivered today. I've got the doorbell in my room. I'm just going to go and alert them, make sure they let them in. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Oh, dear. Hiya.
How are you, Brent?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. How about you, sir? You've
fine. Yeah.
recovered from your trip?
Yeah, it was really nice. It was really cold. Yeah.
Excellent.
It was colder than here in Germany, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah, I was telling to Sam that the girl that did that guide us through the city, she was from Siberia.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and she told us that she was expecting like -20, and it was only 2, so it was warm for her.
Yeah, I think I mentioned to you when I was there, it was February time. It was -22.
I remember. Yeah, you told me that.
Oh, it was. I've never felt the cold so much.
All right. Hey there.
Hello.
Yes. So I've got the engineer here who's going to be coming and sort of looking at. Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm ridiculously under my desk is I think probably the place where. So we'll see. I guess fantastic work from Nicola. From my point of view, it seems like that if this is working and it's passed, we just merge this in, right? And we close the other pull request from this one, and we're done and we move on. Yeah.
Yeah. When you merge the upgrade device, the other one is gonna close. Just
right. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah. Good stuff. All right. Well, just give me a second here with the engineer, and yeah, hopefully you guys can catch up with each.
Yep. Well, I think that I can merge this one. I will share my screen. Brent, are you there?
Okay. Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. So what I wanted to check, it was here. Oh, this one. You're seeing my screen, right?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. So here, I did some changes to the file, the device file.
Okay, right.
Here, the initializer, because I did a generate install device or something like that. The command that they display on their GitHub website. So I didn't change much.
So was this part of one of the upgrading device?
Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I changed, it was just adding the new functionality that they have, but it's all like with comments.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't add nothing new. And this one also, that it was all commented, it was deleted. I think that it's gonna be okay, right?
I think, yeah. I mean, I think that's what Sam was saying, that he didn't see any issues. I guess when I joined, you were just saying that you had to update some of the tests because they were causing the problem the way that we'd written the test. Is that right?
Yeah. Here. what we are doing here is to unshift user, and what it's doing this is sending the name of the class to the serializer that device is using. So that is what is making our app crash.
Okay, yeah.
To remove it because now device is serializing in a different way. The difference is here. You see, the old version, what it was doing is just taking the arguments, only 2 arguments that were passing it through this key. But the new version, the only thing that it's doing is just passing args.
Okay, cool.
That it was the problem. Yep.
Cool. And I think we've got Sam back now.
Well, we have. I've got 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to have to switch network to a situation where I'm probably going to be audio only. It is a fascinating fix that Nicola's got in there. It makes me wonder if our tests are like the way those step definitions are written. That's somewhat brittle. But I think in the first instance, we'll just, I'll merge this in and. We'll see if this all works. I mean, I guess the key thing to do is like a manual test, locally of logging in and out, which certainly Nicola's nodding there to indicate that he's done that. Fantastic work on that. What I would I've just said to the guy, give me 2 or 3 minutes. Just what I will do before we lose the screen share was just check in with Brent and Stamatios. And can you just give a quick summary of any issues or things that you particularly wanted to get sorted out in this meeting?
So I've not really got anything that I need, that's pressing. After our conversation yesterday, Sam, I've started to just look at those tests for my pull request. I unfortunately, because of the morning I've had, I've not really made much progress, but I have made a start.
Great.
So I'll probably get all of that finished, if not tomorrow, over the weekend. The only other thing that I did want to look at today is that once I finish this pull request, there's another another ticket that I would like us to vote on if it's not already been voted on, and so that I can then start to work on that.
Okay, great. Yeah, we can definitely. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we definitely do that. Fantastic. Stamatios, yeah. Any items on your agenda for this meeting?
No blockers at the moment, but I just want to let you know I have been working on that events mapping task that we talked about this morning.
Yep.
So I'm trying to take a TDD approach to that, and I'll just keep chugging away at it.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah, so we can maybe just touch in on that towards the end of the meeting. All right. Well, what I'll do now, I'll just mute and switch networks, and hopefully I'll be back with you audio only, possibly with a little bit of screen share. And we can do some voting and things like that. So give me a...
While waiting for Sam, Nicola, thanks for continuing to help Ling Song yesterday. I've not had much time to read through all the chat in Slack, but it looks like you've got him further on. Did he manage to solve the 242 issue?
Yeah, I think that he ran 2 more comments. That I think that it was what he said, and he was able to install it. The thing is that now it is not working for him. I don't know why the setup.
Okay.
Told him that it was just warnings. But when I asked him if Rails was running, but running on Rails server, he told me that it was not running. So that was weird.
Yeah, I think when I get more time, I'll read through the chat history and then see if I can help him as well. But yeah, thanks for trying to help him. Cheers.
You're welcome. No worries.
All right, and I'm back. You guys can hear me okay?
We can, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Good show. I wonder if it will let me do screen share on my phone. I think it's put me into audio only mode. That's probably sensible, given that it's, I'll end up having no data left on my phone if I try and start doing video and things. But yeah, so the device thing merged in. I'll try and get that out to production as soon as possible, because I mean the big reason why not just for upgrading to Rails 5, but the old version of Devise, is insecure in various ways. So, that's an issue there. I guess, Nicholas, Nicola, you like there's a sort of issue that which is this mobile maps for sizing. I guess the critical thing for us to do is to vote on this ticket, Brent. Do you have the link to hand of the one that you wanted to get voted on?
I'm just opening up Pivotal Tracker now, so just bear with me 30 seconds.
I have it open. If you just want to tell me the name, I can probably find it on a search.
It's the local VolOps links not working well with embedded map.
Yeah, I have got it. And in a related news, I think our voter is down. I was trying to do some voting earlier on for the website one, and even having rebooted the voter, I mean, I'll try it again now. So this is local VolOps not working well within the embedded map. Oh yes, I remember this issue. Links not working within embedded map. And we'll see what the voter says. Yeah, it says it's not. I mean, what we'll have to do is we'll have to do old school voting here.
Okay.
Cool.
So this is how we used to do it, or a little bit manually, and I created those various spots. But so if you look in the local support channel, you'll see that I've manually added on this. And before we do any voting or anything, let's just check that everyone understands what the issue is itself. I think, Brent, you and I are pretty clear on it. Nicola and Stamatius, does it make any sense just from the title or the description in the ticket?
Yep, I think so. Yep.
Just going to drop the, in case anybody's having difficulty getting to the description in the icebox. Yeah. So I think it's when we click on the links within them, it's some, it's only some of them. I think it's the local ones in particular.
Yeah.
So
I was just going to add, basically it's causing a cross-origin issue, I believe, as well, if when I looked at it into more detail.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go on. No, Stabatius, please.
I just wanted to clarify. So the issue is that when you click on one of the links, the next screen that shows up with the map, actually the map is not functioning properly. Is that correct?
I
the
think
map
that's...
doesn't load.
Yes. So I think what's happening is if you click on the link, so the map is embedded in somebody else's website. When you click on the link, instead of it displaying the page that link directs to, it shows just a blank page like you're seeing there on some of the links, not all of them, basically.
I see.
So I think the solution is that we need to make it open up in a new window rather than in the iframe, because the way that the embedded map is displayed, it's an iframe within their site. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
So yeah, I was just going to ask if that made sense.
Yep.
Yeah, and you obviously can't see my screen at the moment, but yeah, I've put the link to this. So this is actually our client for the local support project, which is Voluntary Action HANA Cooperative, and they have our map embedded in their front page now. And we've got these different types of links, and as Brent said, it's a relatively small number of just the local links. And I think Brent is right in saying that if we just make it so that across the board they will open in a new tab, then that's going to fix the problem. Would you agree, Brent?
Yeah, I believe so. That's what I'm going to try anyway. So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, unless anybody has any more questions about that, so we would do a vote of like 1, 2, or 3. What would it be? Now the way that we can do this to make it simultaneously, the way we used to do it, is I'm going to make my decision of 1, 2, or 3, and I don't know if you've done this before, Samantha, but 1 is like a simple change, maybe just changing something about the styling or the way the views appear and so on. 2 is like if there's going to be touching the changes to the database or database schema, maybe we're going to add a gem that we haven't used before. That might be a 2. And then 3 is like, oh, okay, new libraries, big changes to the database schema, lots of uncertainty, pain and suffering and all those sorts of things. So lots of character building learning experiences. That's what I mean. Sorry. So I've already made my decision, but if you guys want to DM me your vote, and I will act as the surrogate voting robot and share them with the rest of the things. So if you go into Slack, DM me your vote of 1, 2, or 3.
Okay.
So I've got them all come in here, and so I can then, and I wrote a bot that specifically you could DM the bot, and then it would like ping the channel back, and it was ultimately replaced by the thing that we have now. But so I can put the votes coming. Let's do this. Get that old other voter out of multiples, but yeah, I've got there. Come on, brain, and it's Nicola. There you go. Right, and so now we can reveal the votes, and so we have a majority for 1 being simple, and Stomatius, whose name I'm unfortunately misspelling, my apologies, is out there with a 3. And so, not to put you on the spot, Stomatius, because it doesn't really matter what anybody votes or what the final thing is. It's just a way of exposing differences of opinion and facilitating discussion. You were thinking this might be quite a tricky bug to fix, then?
Right. I wasn't exactly sure how the map was embedded already as it is, and I wasn't sure to open it up into a new. If it was to open up into a new tab, what the difficulty with that would be. So that's why, because of my familiarity with the subject matter, I guess I put 3 just in case.
Sure.
Just to be...
That makes a lot of sense. Brent, do you want to be the spokesperson for the 1 camp and talk to why you thought 1 was the right choice?
Yes. So basically, I guess partly to answer what Stomatius has just said. So it is just a web page which shows the map inside an iframe. So my thinking is that where there's a helper in the site which I've created, which basically adds some extra functionality to the normal link to helper that basically uses our click-through link controller action. So I'm probably not making this very clear, but basically, I think this.
I remember your method. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the solution to this is that I check to see if the page that we're on is the actual, or the referrer page is the embedded map. If it is, I just add the target equals blank to the link when it gets actually presented on the page, so that when somebody then clicks on that link, it forces that link to open up in a new window.
I see.
Yeah,
so
that's
straight JavaScript, then I think you're saying, right?
No, it's actually all Ruby.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so it's all done server side. But I think that's the way it will work.
Cool.
Yeah, and I think it's so the actual what maybe what was unclear for the was that you were thinking maybe that the map had to open in a new window. But I think what this is about is when we click on the volunteer map, it opens a link not to a map but to the volunteer opportunity itself in another window. And so we've already got these, although the map itself is indeed quite complicated and there's these pop-ups and all sorts of JavaScript going on. When it comes down to it, when you've popped up a little thing on the pin in the map, that little link to the opportunity and more details about the opportunity is just a plain href tag. And I think, although I think Brent's right that it will be, we'll do Ruby on an ERB or whatever to adjust it. It will just be actually setting an HTML attributes on the A tag to say target equals _ blank. I guess obviously with logic that Brent was alluding to, but the actual change in terms of that will be relatively simple HTML. Would you agree, Brent?
Yeah, it's just adding an extra hash to the new helper I've written. So yeah, it's very simple. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be relatively straightforward. Things, famous last words. We may
Absolutely.
find it's far more complicated than we had imagined. Would you be willing to revise your vote to the 1 based on our further explanation?
Surely.
All right. Well, I think we will get that. That is now voted on using the old school manual voting process. You see how it all was, how we suffered before we had all of these. It was it was hard. It was hard back in our. There we go. So I've popped that into the backlog, so that's definitely ready to work on. Is there something else on the back of my brain? I'm not sure. But yeah, we've done the votes. Blah, blah, blah. That's there. Come back over here. Yeah, so we've got. I think that's, unless anybody wants anything else to be voted on, I guess that's all we need to address in this meeting. Things that are there is we've got outstanding action. I need to make sure that the HTTPS gets renewed. I think also I need to do the DevOps work of getting the device stuff out to. Actually, that's something that we could. Nicola, I know you're, and maybe even also yourself, Brent, are more interested in getting more involved in the DevOps side, and I think you both got access to that. So that's something that we could coordinate, doing that DevOps stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit hamstrung is the word at the moment, not being able to kind of use my broadband and not being able to screen share. So yeah, I wonder if the thing to do is maybe we bring the formal meeting to a close. I'll maybe go offline. You folks you're more than welcome to stay in this hangout, and if you wanted to look together at any of the different things that you're working on, like the mobile maps resizing, the events maps statistics you're working on, you wanted to chat about it, screen share with each other, and just use it as a little session, or forward there.
Yeah, I mean, I can only stay for maybe another 5-10 minutes anyway, but I'm happy to do that, definitely.
Nicola, was there something particular about the mobile maps resizing that you wanted to share that you're kind of stuck on, you need some help with?
No, I just need to start with that. So,
okay. Yeah. Well, then I might reach out to Matthios. So how are you finding TDD with the events map?
So my approach earlier today, I was kind of just trying to, get the task done. But then I was like, I don't really like the approach that I'm taking. So I kind of want to take the day tomorrow to actually revise it and take a slow TDD approach to it. So and either way, the task was coming along. I added a drop-down list for each of the organizations, and then I also added a text box that we were discussing as well. Probably I was making it a little bit more complicated than I should have. So, but either way, like I said, I want to just take it back, take a slow TDD approach, and just gain my exposure to that.
Oh, that sounds absolutely fine. I guess what I'll say, something that I mentioned in the website one meeting yesterday that Ben was saying what it was helpful was, what I would say is, feel free to share code at any time. Code doesn't have to be polished and finished before you pop it into a work in progress pull request. We just write WIP beforehand, and as long as I'm awake, I'll realize that it's a work in progress pull request. And I would say share early and often kind of the approaches. I think particularly if you're struggling or thinking about bits of the way that the interface is designed, putting in a pull request saying like this is a spike, it's just a rough thing that I've done so far, like this is some code, and then even if it just never gets merged in that form, you can always open another branch with the same ID prefix. I don't know if I've directed you to the contributing documentation where we talk about the branch naming and so on. And you could have 3 or 4, different work in progress pull requests in parallel. Thanks so much. Hope to see you soon.
Yeah. Cheers. Sorry about that. Bye.
No problem.
Bye,
Take care.
Bye.
But yeah, I think some people often feel like they have to kind of work away, and they can't show us any code until they've finally got it just so.
Yeah, it's like showing dirty laundry.
Yeah, I think that some people often feel self-conscious about that. But I think particularly when one's working as part of a team, it's great to show the process that you're in, and even if you know that you want to revise it, it's I certainly encourage, and of course you're not required to. If you prefer not to show until later, then I think you've got to work with the process that's comfortable for you. But certainly we're always extremely happy. Or at least I can say personally, I'm always extremely happy to see the code, half finished, directions, ideas, and so on and so forth.
Sure. I mean, I don't mind checking in what I have already, but just for my own benefit, I just wanted to kind of like start over with the TDD. Just going from start to finish with TDD, but I don't. Yeah,
and I think.
But
God, that's great. Admirable. Go on.
Oh, I just wanted to finish up and just say I don't mind to check in what I've done already.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd say do that as well, because that sort of helps us understand part of the process that you're looking at, or even just referring back to it later. So yeah, I mean, I would always sort of pop it in, and I think that even if it just put it that pushing it up means that it's stored safely somewhere for reference later on. And what's the thing? Oh yeah, there's something just about that. You can, even if there's just a branch there, you can kind of generate a view. The open pull requests is such a lovely view of how, what changes are being suggested. Yeah. So I'll be very interested to review anything that you happen to pop up. But yeah, we'll hold off on a detailed review until your TDD.
Cool.
Great stuff. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think I will, in the absence of any screen sharing ability, I'll go off and maybe do some stuff on the DevOps and things. But yeah, any questions or anything else at all, just reach out in Slack, and the scrums as usual. Hope to see you both real soon.
Okay. See you.
Much appreciated. Take care.
Bye for now.
Bye.